time, so he'd gone back to being a lawyer, which he probably still sucked at. Ryan skirted a bunch of torn and bloody shirts. At least he had something to fall back on. Fell back on his girlfriend, if you ask me. She snorted. That bimbo. I can't believe he's still dating her. It was sad, because his cheating had hurt her mom so much. But it wasn't like her dad had been around that much anyway. Now he was probably cheating on Kirsty as well. If I can't get a picture, I'll tape the note to his windshield. Then maybe we can make it to third period. She kept slogging through the mud, her hair dripping rain down her face. Why don't we just call him? Ryan asked. Would you call your dad? Ryan kicked a rock out of his way. My dad's in prison. That was one of the reasons they had bonded. Their fathers both sucked. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. No, it's his fault. He was the druggie who decided to rob a construction trailer. Ryan nudged rolled-up socks to the side. People on drugs do the dumbest fucking things. I know, Viv said. My dad isn't on drugs, he's just an asshole. The red light blinked faster, and Viv angled her head, staring at a purple tent. The fabric was bright compared to the other weather-worn tents, and the stitching was new. Ryan gulped. You think he's in there? He whispered. She winced, hating her dad more than ever. What kind of kinky crap was he into that he came here to do it in a purple tent? Ryan coughed. Oh, man. Talk about I'm having a midlife crisis situation. Jeez, no offense, but this guy is just looking to get his rocks off. This is a crazy place to be. You have no idea, Viv muttered, stomping toward the tent. Ryan looked around at the other tents as if scoping for threats. He buys a tent and gets jiggy in a skeevy place like this, instead of making money so your sister can get a new band uniform? He's the worst, Viv muttered, her heart aching. She would not cry, not again. He has to pay his child support through the state because there's no choice, but other than that, he's not keeping up his end of the bargain. The note she'd written felt heavy in her pocket. She hadn't been nice in it. She told him exactly what she thought, and she'd also told him that he needed to nut up and help out. Her mom was struggling to pay for everything right now. Viv readied her camera, crouched, and yanked aside the tent flap. Her mind went blank at what she saw. Oh my God, she said, unable to move. What? Ryan leaned down and then gasped. He grabbed her instantly and pulled her away. Viv! I know, she said, looking down. Her father lay naked on his back with his eyes wide open, staring up at the top of the tent. Ripped clothes covered most of his tan wallet, which had been discarded in the corner. His chest was covered in blood that pooled on the ground around him. She couldn't look away from the terrifying sight of the colorful Valentine's Day candies shoved in his mouth and smashed all over his face. The heart-shaped pieces fell out onto his bloodied cheeks and into the blood around his head. From far away, she could hear screaming. From very far away. Ryan shook her. Viv! Viv! Stop screaming! She couldn't. Chapter 1. The smell of marijuana clogged the dank air as Laurel Snow picked her way across the crumbling pavement in her mother's good navy blue kitten heels. Blue tarps and small tents were placed haphazardly below the concrete ceiling of the bridge, their inhabitants remaining inside, protected from the pouring rain. Yellow crime scene tape cordoned off the farthest section of the underpass, where 2 uniformed officers were going from tent to tent, taking notes. An ambulance stood silently to the north, facing her with nobody in the driver's seat. Thank you for coming out today, said her escort, FBI agent Sally Rodriguez, as if they'd just met for tea. After Laurel had received orders from D.C., Agent Rodriguez had picked her up at the University of Washington, halfway through a planned lecture she was giving about behavioral analysis. Even though the lecture had started